As your email is there, your name is Adnan.
Okay, so what's your offer?
So, Mr. Adnan, let me
All right, let's do it.
take road.
Welcome back to Dispatch Tale Episode 4. I'm Neal.
Hello guys, and I'm Bobby. Today we are breaking down November performance, the RPM Kings, the best gross earners, dispatch strategy, driver mindset, and we are answering some hot questions from the Instagram.
Let's jump right in. Hello, Bobby. Let's start this time with the RPM Kings. Should we start from
Yep,
there? Usually
yep.
we leave them for the middle of the
Yeah,
podcast, but let's start from there. Before we crown the winners, I want to read the full RPM of November because there was a couple of them who I can say have a great RPM on huge miles.
and
All of those
yes,
guys are having over 15k miles. So, I mean, you can find anyone with like 6,000, 7,000 miles with better RPM, but those guys have.
on this mileage, yes.
mileage.
Here is how everyone did this month, guys. The first place are divided by Benjamin and Jagos. Their RPM is 2.72. We have Mirsad with 2.48. We have Mattia with 2.53. We do have another driver whose name is also Mirsad. His RPM is 2.67 and Admir is 2.45. As Neil mentioned before, these are RPMs on a drivers that run more than 15,000 miles for this month,
Yeah,
which
that's very important.
which is really good. And also we can come along and we can see, and probably some of the guys gonna react, hey guys, we have a better RPM and we have, yes, but as we mentioned, this is a lot miles.
That's why I mentioned first that on huge miles we have those RPMs. So I can say that we have a strong numbers. Most sitting over 2.45, and this is on total miles. So we always talk about total miles.
Total miles, correct.
So pretty much we are having the same, I mean, little bit better. Some of them almost equal as the reefer average for month of November. But over there it's on loaded miles, and here is the total one.
Total one,
So
correct.
if we removed the empty one, we will get way
yes,
better.
we will have a better RPM.
RPM. So let's just sum it up that for month of November we have divided the RPM kings.
Yes,
We have it divided between Benjamin and Jagos.
the crown goes to them,
Yeah,
to
it's
Benjamin
going
and to
they are
Janos.
at 2.72.
72, yes.
And I can say that the other guys are totally okay,
Decent.
decent with having in mind how many miles they have driven.
Of course. So as we mentioned, the crown goes to Benjamin and Jagos. They are our RPM kings of this month. For me personally, that's a good RPM. What do you think? What you can say?
I can say that that's something that RPM is one of the most important things, because that's usually what the smart planning is, the good routes that you are giving to them, and something that the driver discipline and they execute.
Perfect. I agree with
So I
that.
can say that they set the bars for December.
Yep.
I can say only congrats to both of them.
Congratulations, correct.
And we have first time Benjamin in the winners. So
Yes, that's
I
really good.
wish have him more often over here.
Over, of
because
course.
more competition means more fights from us,
More fights, correct.
more fights from the drivers. So everyone want to be somewhere.
Good
at the top.
competition. It's really healthy for the whole company,
Yeah,
for everyone.
Correct, I agree. Now it's coming the segment 2. That's the Battle of November
Yep.
between
Me and you.
So this time I can say that we have couple of guys who are interesting to discuss. We will just split two of them.
Yep.
But when we were doing the maths and doing the information from the system, we can see that a lot of guys were
It's a small gap between everybody.
small gap. Yeah, maybe those two guys are maybe the top two, but from the top two till the sixth, you have a small difference.
I think that till top 6 or 7, there is gap between
It's like
$900.
No. It's like 1,500 from the second to the sixth. So almost nothing. Okay, November battle. Let's go. You take Mirsad. I will speak about Mattia. So
Mirsad grossed $46,985. He drove 18,919 miles, and he has a total of 20 loads. And as we speak, his RPM on these total miles were 2.48.
2.48. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Mattia, he is always in the top. So Mattia, for the month of November, he grossed 44,935. He have a miles of 17,701 mile. He make that on 15 loads. So I can say that Mirsad absolutely went full throttle. So
Yes. He drove nearly 19,000 miles and do 20 loads. That's a heavy volume.
Heavy volume loads. Yeah, he pretty much spent every single mile smart. Mattia did totally opposite.
Correct.
He did it on 15 loads. That means that he had fewer loads, fewer miles.
Yes.
Then that's for sure. But only end up 2,000 less. I will say almost nothing special in difference.
The thing is, the one guy won it with the volume that he drove, and the other one, to be honest with you, there is a more precision. I can say that it's not something that the dispatcher did not plan the first guy like that or the second guy better, but it ends up to have some more luck in some more specific areas when he was there, and some loads were were fitting the puzzle like it should be, like, it happened to be a little bit of luck, a little bit of planning, a little bit of contacts that we have, and that's the thing that Mattia that happened to Mattia this month.
The only thing when you heard that someone did 20 loads, it means that a lot of puzzles was in the correct place in the correct time.
Yep.
Because to make 20 loads in 1 month, that's incredible good. So I can say that if both of them and those guys that I mentioned that almost were close to each other keep the energy and keep our energy,
of course,
I can say that we are looking for a championship level finish
for this year.
That's
correct.
for sure gonna be. And from everything that I see, I can clearly say that December will be something that I hope we will have again.
We are eager to see it. What's gonna be
last month?
Yes.
We will have like over 50K, but let's see. Because this month, as we can see, that the best gross we did, it's 46,985. So Mirsad is the winner. So I just hope that we will see next month someone over 50K.
Perfect. Let's move up to segment 3. And to be honest with you, we read a lot of questions on Instagram, and we do have one question for cargo mines that we discussed with them, that we're gonna take the question in the podcast, and we're gonna talk about it. So their question was, What is your biggest challenge in dispatching, Neil?
As I mentioned to them in the comment, I can say that for me right now, the most engagement I can say, it's having driver, actually keeping driver, after 2-3 weeks on the road, focused, giving updates, not making mistakes, and trying to keep him sharp as much as I can say. But usually that's something really hard.
Yes.
Week 1, it's a perfect one. Week 2, it's
Almost perfect.
perfect one. But the week 3, when the problems start. Sometimes, I would say, they get used that it's okay to send an update. Sometimes to don't send an update.
Yep.
Sometimes to arrive a little bit late. Sometimes to don't answer on question. That example, hey, I will be late, and he inform you, like, hey, just tell him I will be like 15-20 minutes late. But everything is okay, but the problem is that communication that's starting to miss after the 3rd week. It's when you fail, when you can't plan a successful week.
Of course.
So always we have that communication between us and the drivers, and sometimes the broker who definitely can understand this side of the story. But we are having this kind of situation where the drivers are always saying, you know, the first 2 weeks you make me more money, the 3rd one was okay, the 4th one you didn't make me money. And when we see only the numbers, I can say they
They're
are
in
in
the right, yes.
But when you go deep in it, you will see that at the first 2 weeks they didn't how to say, almost any mistake. They were giving all the time updates.
Updates, correct.
And pretty much they were all the time doing together with us the plans and what they're thinking, how they will do it, etc., etc.
Yep.
But the 3rd and the 4th, when we go deep, we will see a lot of problem, a lot of miscommunication were happening, and because of that was the issue. So what I'm doing to make them engagement, I can say that I'm trying as much as I can always to have them at the beginning. I can say like normal to push them, because after the day offs or the week off, they always want to take some good time for themselves, spend some money after that they came. So we push them the first week, 2nd week, so they can make some money. But from the 3rd one, what I'm doing, I'm chilling a little bit the pace. So sometimes I'm giving a 2-day run load, even they want 1 day load, because sometimes even themselves drivers don't know that they need that rest. And usually I'm having arguing at the beginning,
Of course.
but after he sleep over and the next day he wake up, he was like, oh, this is what I needed.
Yeah, you were right.
So that's how we usually finish. That always that kind of small breaks during the weekend. During the week, I can say, no matter it's Monday, Tuesday, no big deal. It's making them with 2 times getting back in shape. That's one of the things that I'm doing. The second things that I'm doing, it's I'm trying as much as I can to don't rush for the money. But what I mean by that? I mean by that I'm trying to remember every single load that I can. If there is a good shipper, I'm sending them to that good shipper, and I'm not sending them to the bad one just because that bad one have like 500 more than this one. Because I know that will not change nothing, but I will have the driver who will be pretty angry if he
Yep.
get held up like 6-7 hours.
Yep.
So that's the second thing I'm doing, like trying to avoid as much as I can to send them a good shipper, at least till I don't make some rest mode for them, but still make them some money, that's okay. Because if you take him a good paying load, but bad shipper, he will get loaded late, a later delivery.
He will not make it.
Still make it for 2-day transit because of they will move the delivery appointment. And you will still have the same driver who drive overnight, who will be still sleepy and still far away from rest. You will still have him problem in the week how it's going.
Of course.
And another thing that also I'm doing, it's that I'm trying to make a different way how to get the information about the tracking from them. So at the beginning, maybe that's gonna be only like, hey, what's your ETA, how it's going? At the third week, I'm trying to avoid as much as I can, less question, trying to find like, see the ELD, is it driving, is it not driving? See the way how he's talking, if he's in mood about talking, then I'm gonna talk. If he's not in the mood of talking, I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can from him, just to don't get him mad, because it's way important from us to understand that in 1 month we are having like 3 weeks, maybe and a half active, where we can make money for everyone, for the drivers, for the company. If we fail in the week 3 and in the half of the week 4, I can say, that means that we will not make money at all. So it's way important from us to make maximum from those weeks, because usually always the drivers take 1 week off. So that's something this is something that we can talk like almost like 1 hour. So that's something that like I can say only like in a couple sentence what I'm doing to make it happen. And this is something that I want to hear from you.
Honestly, my biggest challenge, to be honest with you, I can agree with you with everything that you said. It's not gonna be like I don't wanna elaborate totally different thing, because we aim for the same, we kind of work same, because we are here in the office, and I can agree everything with you. We do have drivers that we are dispatching over, like, let's say 5 or 6 years, and we do know them how they breathe. So personally, we do have some drivers that are pretty much coming to our company and willing to work with us because of the work environment, because of the way how we are dispatching, and because of the way how we function. And to be honest with you, the first 2 weeks, always, even if you are not experienced dispatcher, it's gonna go pretty much okay, because they are eager to show themselves, and we are also eager to show ourselves that we can do not that push work, but we can provide them good loads that they need to run. At the third week, I agree with you that the consistency, the awareness, the focus, everything is little bit dropping, because the drivers, even if they know that they can do, and even if they say to you that they can do it, in facts and in examples showed us that they can be wrong. And I'm not saying that always the drivers are wrong. Also the dispatchers are making that mistakes. We do have example 2 days ago that when we ask our driver if he's good for the 2-day run, which was almost like 1,400 miles, he told us that he's good for that one, but before that he was a lot tired, and that's something that the dispatcher, should know that.
Yeah.
And we could give the load to another guy who was in the area, so we can avoid. It was not big, it was a problem, but that was a contact that we are doing a lot. And to be honest with you, how to say, at the end of the day, it all finished, everything good. We didn't push our guy. We just told them, just get rest, sleep more than you need, more than it's supposed to be. Just don't, how to say, risk and go on the road. So let's go back. Even if the drivers are feeling that they can do it, the dispatchers are here to precise, to calculate, to speak with them. And to be honest with you, that's why we are asking for how to say, almost like pushing for consistent updates, pushing for consistent how to say, check-ins and clear expectation what we can expect from the drivers, and to be on the safe side, so we can provide the good the good update to the brokers and to be safe, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So that's like the thing that you talk about it. Even if I'm seeing that the driver is not in a mood to speak about it, I'm gonna just take everything that I need for my information that I can provide to the broker. So as I mentioned before, like consistent checkings, clear expectation makes the all difference in this work and how it goes. That's my opinion, and I know that you're gonna
agree with everything. And that's the reason why this is the most challenge and most hard thing in the dispatch. Everyone can book a load. Everyone can talk with the broker. Everyone can talk with the dispatcher.
Everyone can send confirmation.
Everyone can send confirmation, and everyone can book a $4 a mile load. Everyone can do that one. The thing is, you need to plan and you make a gross. I don't want to argue, and I want to make it something that why we are better, or why we think that we are doing it better, because everyone keep saying, keep posting what they did in 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. No one is talking how much they did in 1 month. Why? Because you need to plan, you need to focus, you need to find exactly which loads are good for your drivers. Sometimes 1,000 miles can be a win for you. Sometimes 700 is something that you need. Sometimes you need 2,000 miles. So you need to decide in that moment and need to find the correct thing for the driver, which will make you money now and which will make you money the next week.
Also, that's a big problem, and I wanted to, it's not a pointing one, but I just want to discuss and clear it, because, you know, as you mentioned before, the first 2 weeks you made me money, the third one was okay, but the fourth one was not good. We do have consistent talk between our drivers and us, because we are the one who is taking care of them, and we are in discussion with them. And to be honest with you, like 70% of them, they can understand you, but they are not seeing the whole picture behind it. You know, when we're gonna book a load, which is not gonna be the expectation, let's say from the good area going to the bad area, as said, Midwest going to the Northeast, they're gonna say you're sending me to Northeast for this kind of money. Yes, because probably I do have a plan out of from there. Maybe, you know, we have contacts. Maybe I have a $3,000 load paying to Minnesota to deliver, and from Minnesota I can give you also gross load going to south. You know, so sometimes it can be challenging, and also for us it can be challenging. But if, like you said, if we are not planning precisely, if we are not seeing the whole picture behind it, and if we are not seeing, me and you, we cannot know in 3 weeks what is gonna happen. But personally, me and you knows how we can run in these 3 weeks in front of us, and sure. we know what to expect from our guys, and what to expect from our contacts.
The main problem is becoming on the thing that you mentioned. The main problem is becoming where a company with 2 trucks or 3 trucks, they, example, have Michigan today, and they maybe were lucky with booking that one load better than us. But the deal is, they have only that load. So that those guys booked that load, went to somewhere, and they don't have a plan. Tomorrow they will still again sit, wait. So we are coming again to the thing that I say, that a lot of guys are fighting only for one load. They are not fighting for a week, month, or
I agree.
something. Well, they fight only for the load. So
Of course.
if we go and fight only for every single load,
Neil,
then we have a problem.
me and you knows.
You
and
can't make a money.
We have a lot of drivers and we have a lot of companies and we have a lot of owners that we know and that we you know, every time, you know, in this business, every time we got, hey guys, you know what kind of load I booked today. And in the beginning that bothers me because I know that I'm killing myself for my guys and I'm killing myself for the company and I know that I'm doing a okay, perfect job, let's say, but when I came and when I see from the driver and when I heard from the driver, you know what, my friend, his son was there for that day, I booked this kind of load, he booked this kind of load. In the beginning that bothers me, but right now it not.
This is the reason why no one talk about how much monthly they earn.
Yes.
That's the thing.
And that's why we discussed when we started this that we're gonna just show the monthly numbers. We're not gonna go by 1 week or by 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We're gonna go by month.
It's connected for the next segment. It's connected with what we were talking right now. It's one way connected, not.
Everything is connected, to be
But
honest.
This one is interesting. So we never talk about the traps that the dispatchers are biting from the brokers. So I want to. What's the first thing you get as a bite? For example, some brokers told to your dispatcher or to you maybe. What you get something in mind that's something.
The first,
What the broker gonna tell you? Hey, this is a trap. What you get first in mind? Some sentence that usually.
the first thing, almost like 90% of them, they are on the phone with me. They are selling me the load. Let's say, for example, for 15 or 1600 bucks,
Okay.
the load, and they are putting me on the on a hold because I was asking maybe for 2000, maybe for 1800. Never mind. I ask for a little bit more than they are willing to pay. I get put on a hold for 5 minutes and they are coming back and they're saying, guys, sorry, I told you maybe I can do 15, but I can do right now 1200. That's the price drop. That's like 90% of the brokers are doing, and I know that they are selling the load on the other line, you know. And sometimes when we do have postings that we are going to call them, and we are always saying to our dispatcher when we don't have exact answer right away, just hang up on the phone because I don't have time, because this happened to me and you billions of times, not millions of times or hundreds of times or thousands of times. It's billions of times that happened to me personally, to be honest with you.
How you avoid that one? Example, when you heard that things, example, you know that you need the load. You heard the 16. He's coming. Hey.
No, I'm never agreeing on the price drop.
So you are pretty much staying.
No, yes,
calm,
yes,
stick on the number,
yes.
And you just walk away.
To be honest with you, I do have drivers that, as you said, it's connected. I do have drivers that we are doing the plans when we come at Monday, and honestly, we pretty much know where our contact is gonna have those kind of loads, and we are running similar loads like almost every single week. And to be honest with you, we do have some 2 or maybe I can say 3 times in the week that we need a connection load that it's not from our contacts, that it's a posted load on the power that on the dot one on the dot board. So on those kind of lanes, I'm speaking with my drivers and I'm telling them, guys, from this area to this area, I'm expecting this kind of money. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna try to be at, let's say, if the normal lane is paying like 13, 14, I'm gonna be going to be stick to 18 or 19, but I'm not gonna be unrealistic. I'm telling them this is acceptable price for me, let's say 15 or 1600 bucks, but I'm not gonna go below 15 or 1600. And when I argue with them about 18, 19, when I'm aiming for that rate, I know that I have a room possibility and a good to go from my driver that I can book it for 15 or 1600 dollars. But I'm not gonna go below that one. I'm not gonna go and book the load for 1200 and I'm gonna call Mati or Mirsad and I'm gonna tell the guys, hey, we do have a plan for 1500, but I book you for 1200 bucks. So I'm trying to be as much as, well, how to say, even if I'm desperate, I'm gonna tell them, guys, probably, maybe I'm not gonna be booking that lane for 1500 bucks, but I can book you some short lane, let's say for $900 or 150 miles, 200 miles, and you're gonna deadhead like the rest of the miles. Okay. I'm not gonna give the truck for $1,200 even if they first give me 15 or 1600. That's my rule, let's say.
Interesting thing that I heard, it's from the brokers while I'm talking with them. It's they're saying after we talk and pretty much we're close to make the rate deal, and he's having a colleague of him that's having another option. He's usually telling, I'm getting usually answer at the end. It's saying, I have another truck closer. Okay. What I'm hearing to like lower your price.
Yep.
So because
without saying lower your price.
Yeah, because he knows that I'm deadheading, because we already, I told him where is the truck and all the things, and now he's in position. If this guy want to take this load for this rate, that means that probably this lane on the loaded one is good paid. So what I will do, I will just try to make a trap for him. What's the trap? I have another truck close. So in that position, he's expecting from me to say, hey,
just go for it.
Just go for a lower option and the load is yours. But I usually end up like, okay, nothing.
Go with your truck.
Go with your truck. That's it. And always at the end of the day, it's especially now, it's finished with loads being, how to say, on the board with a working appointment.
Of course.
And now we get two problems instead of only one problem. So that was...
The decision is, to be honest with you, as you said, stay calm, stick to your plan that you already agreed with your drivers, and don't get emotional.
Yeah, that's the most important thing. Don't go emotional. A lot of dispatchers, sometimes they think, how to say, it's broker jobs to lower the rate, it's dispatcher job to increase them.
Yep.
So, yes, I understand that always you can say, but that's how much he paid, okay. But that doesn't mean that I need to drive for that price. So always, somewhere in the middle is the truth.
Yep.
So maybe that sentence, don't get emotional, is the correct one.
Yep.
So that's something that the most dispatcher need to understand. You never cry if you don't get your 100, 200 bucks.
Yep.
You just know your price and that's it. Or if you know that even for 1300 something is good and you're getting emotional that why he now don't want to pay 14 and 13 is still winnable for you, take the 13.
I'm gonna give you the example. Yesterday Mirsad was in Kentucky. I was having an option going to Morrisville, Illinois for next day for $1,600. And I was having an option to drive straight through for $1,300 going to Michigan, which I have a reload for him today, which is paid over $4 a mile going to Oklahoma, let's say. So the thing was, I didn't go for the 300 more going to Morrisville, Illinois. I stick it with the 13, less paid load, but going 50 miles away from the shipper that we're gonna pick up today.
That's actually is the next segment that I want to talk with you. That's the real-time dispatch strategy, I will say it. What I mean with that one, how important is the dispatching in the planning? Example, the region, the timing, the season, the weight, reload opportunity, everything. That's probably the second most important thing if we remove the first one that we talked.
Yep.
Because from that opinion, we can clearly see that one mistake
Can destroy your week.
can destroy a week. So, just what do you think about it? I mean, like, I know this is something really simple. I almost say it in one sentence, but
Listen, I agree with you. You said dispatching is planning, timing, going to place that you know that it's gonna bring you a good paying reload. Sometimes you're taking the less paying load going to specific area when we can expect a lot of money. Let's say, for example, I can use examples if you don't mind.
that's
Last week we do have Mattia. I was having Mattia in Michigan, and I can book him a load, paid really good money going to the Northeast, and really good money going to the South region. But I ended up planning to get him a load 700 miles next day, delivering going to Nebraska area. To be honest with you, I got lucky and I got paid a really good money. I got paid 2,100 for the next day.
But snow.
Yes.
The thing that we mentioned.
Yes, snow. But I knew it.
That you will take a good money.
What I can expect from Nebraska, and I get.
So with two loads,
I
pretty
make
much you make the same gross that you will make with 4 loads.
with 4 loads. Yes.
And on 4 loads, you have to deal with 8 warehouses.
Yes.
4 shippers, 4 receivers.
Yes, and I make almost like $9,000. The load from Nebraska going to Florida was 6,200, and I almost made like 8,300 bucks for 2 loads. And to be honest with you, I get him a reload, and until that, he made pretty much okay gross, and he grossed last week like almost like above $1,300. Which with those plannings and with those, even I'm not saying that I am the most smartest one, but I knew what I can expect because 2 days before you had trucks in Nebraska. 1 day before another colleague was having a truck in Nebraska, and those things that I'm seeing and that I'm taking, hearing everything and how to say. I'm not just gonna rush and book him. I could book him a load $3,500 going next day delivery in PA, but I would what if I do not have the contacts, and if I do not have a good paying reload out of there, what's the point of me sending him to $3,500 next day in Nebraska?
Yeah.
In PA, sorry.
Exactly.
So I agree with you that the dispatcher, the real-time dispatch strategy is good planning, timing. Also, what can you expect from there? The communication that we are having with the drivers.
That's exactly
yeah.
what I wanted.
You can see on the websites when we are seeing the weather conditions. It's different when Marco gonna call you and tell you, "Hey Neal, there is a lot of snow here in front of me," and I'm seeing the snow. And on the weather condition on the website, we don't have any snow there.
That's the most important thing that you mentioned right now: the communication with the driver and the information from the exact terrain where he's located.
Yep.
Sometimes.
The live update.
The live update. Sometimes you have a situation where you see that there is a 10 loads on the board and they are paying average because the weather is saying that it's cool weather over there. But you see a video from the driver who's saying, just see what condition of the road, what condition is over here. So what that mean? That means that those 10 loads that are sitting on the board, the chance all 10 of them are covered because of the weather are way low. So yesterday night, I almost was done like around 5 p.m. Chicago time. I get like 3 G chats from our reps asking me, first load was Illinois to Black Mountain, North Carolina. That's like 670 miles, something like that, around that miles from
Let's say
total.
700. Yeah.
3,100. They couldn't find anyone. To book the load on time. So in the last time, they were like, "Hey, just get me a truck." So they were
Yep.
paying 31. That's crazy, man. The second one was Illinois to where was that? Was from our best load. I don't know which load was. Also, same story. Way great pay.
Just get me the truck.
So the point is, you always need to focus on. You need to focus on a lot of things: the region, the timing, as I mentioned, season, weather, everything you need to take in focus. And sometimes, even if we are planning something, we know that from there we have reload going there. You always need to have at least 30%, one kind of, I would say, to make arrangement to the real position. And sometimes, even if the plan was good to send him somewhere, Georgia, Florida, something, maybe you will get some way more paid load going to Oklahoma or
Yep.
Nebraska.
Yep.
And you will get the same rate per mile going there than going to south. And it's totally different when you send them to south and when you send to Nebraska. You get
Of course.
2 times way great RPM, which is totally different than sending them like to south. That means that
Yeah.
from the south we will take a great load, but from the south it's gonna
The
be,
reload wanna
the
be.
reload gonna be cheap.
Yeah.
So I will say it depends on the market.
Yep. I agree with you.
But choices can be correct or
Well-
not, depends on the situation.
Yep. As you mentioned, the guy that you're gonna put it in the Midwest for a reset, gonna make you money, or maybe I can push the guy going south and I can give him a good paid load, like from Nebraska going to let's say Florida, and he can do the reset there.
Yeah.
Also, both choices can be correct, depend on the market and depend on what you can expect.
The main problem is if you book a load that's going from good area to a bad area, and for that load you charge them way less than it's supposed to be. A reason you are not taking anything in you don't take a lot of information when you calculate the rate, as I mentioned like 3 times already. Where you're located, how
Yep.
many trucks. So a lot of things are happening. So maybe because of the snow, maybe like 50 trucks didn't arrive over there.
Yep.
So what that mean? That means that we have 50 trucks that today I'm seeing from tomorrow that will most likely show up because of the posted trucks, etc., etc. But tomorrow when I came to work, I see that they didn't arrive. So that means that if today I was at, I don't know, like 7 loads to truck, tomorrow I'm 20 loads to
20
truck.
throw.
That's a huge difference.
Correct.
And on a LinkedIn post that I have it posted about the DAT, that we have that huge increase on load to truck. One guy commented that yesterday night in, I think it was LA, I'm not sure, that at 5 p.m. it was still 8 posted loads per truck. That means that still they have a huge problem to cover it.
Yep.
So for sure we agree that everything needs to be taken in control
Of
when
course.
we are doing the real time dispatch strategy, I can say. Everything needs to be taken.
Yep.
You-
This
you-
is the most. This is the second important thing in the
you
job.
you can ask me today and I will give you one answer. You will ask me tomorrow, the answer will be a little bit different because of those stats.
The point and the structure of the
structure will be
same.
But the difference will be, is it worth to change and where to go?
Yep.
I want to, we mentioned couple of things. So I want to do one kind of segment that will be, how to say, combinate between the RPM and the gross, and the second one with the driver mindset, how he's seeing the things. So I will say, like, I will ask you what you think, like, why some drivers are having mindset running and forcing better RPM, why some drivers are forcing just give me gross even on cost of the RPM. What you think about, like, why some drivers want that, why some drivers want the gross? What do you think, like, what's something that,
To be honest with you, how do I see on the situation is that I do have drivers that they don't care about the RPM and they just want to gross. And to be honest with you, I'm not okay with that one, because me as a dispatcher is giving me I do have the freedom and I do have the how to say, the open-handed. They are not tight, and I do have the open-handed to send them everywhere, even if they don't want to go, even if it's not that they don't want to go, even if they that had a little bit more than they supposed to it, and that is making me not a little bit lazy, but how to say, I'm losing my focus and I'm losing my sharpness when I'm working with those kind of drivers. And I do have drivers that they don't really want RPM, but to be honest with you, I do think that even if we have not that big amount of gross this week, I think that the most important thing is to gross little bit over the average and have a great RPM, which is how to say, it's better for the driver. He's more rested. We do make everybody money. The company make money, himself make money. But the thing is, I'm doing this one. I'm gonna say you in my opinion and in my way. Probably the first 2 weeks I'm giving him really strong grosses and really hard
you're
working.
talking about a month?
Correct, on a monthly basis. But the third week and the fourth week, I'm just trying to be really good on RPM, so I can make his RPM on a monthly basis like we are doing, So on that kind of miles, I'm trying to, even if he is not forcing me to have a great RPM, he just need the gross. At the end of the month, I'm planning the gross to be there and the RPM to be there, so he cannot tell to me or say to me, Bobby, we did a good gross, but the RPM is bad. Even I do not have drivers that are saying that to me, but as a fact and a matter of fact and experience, I'm doing that kind of dispatching. The first 2 weeks, maybe it's a little bit, how to say, driving a little bit more than that head, like more than 200 miles, like let's say 250, 300 miles for a good paying load. But at the end of the month, I'm trying let's say week and a half to give him a really strong RPM and to be really at the end of the month really good for them. For
yes,
me,
but that's correct if the driver is pretty much open to work and open mind. But what is happening when you have someone who,
when I have someone that
hard to deal with?
Yes, I understand. And when I have someone that it's hard to deal with, and when I do have someone that doesn't want to go to a specific city, specific area, even if I'm the best dispatcher in the world, when the driver is sticking to his plan, the whole week falls apart.
Because I heard a lot of story. Sorry, I heard a lot of story. Example, what I'm usually hearing, they will gladly take less miles, less deadhead, spend less fuel, and that means, in their words, I'm not moving my truck if I don't get $4 a mile.
Okay.
So I'm not. That's not my, how to say, favorite thing. I don't like it, because that way you will not make enough money as you're thinking that you are making.
Of course.
Because even if you take
Neal.
$4 a mile on 300 miles,
Neal.
400 miles will not make you a lot of money.
We do have examples and drivers who are driving for us and who are doing this to us. And because of them, I can say that we are a better dispatchers, because you know what? They can do this to us on the first week. On the second week, they're gonna realize that there is no money for them.
Yeah,
And we are coming to our story that we need to drive and that we need to gross,
Correct.
you know, and they can gross 2 weeks, and we are at the end again on the old story. I need to be home. We were having.
But he didn't make the money.
He didn't make the money. He exhausts you. He took every energy, every single energy, positivity, how to say, sharpness, focus, desire to work. He get everything from you, and he didn't make money. And at the end of the day, you're sitting there behind of the computer 8, 9, 10 hours, and you didn't do anything, and you are feeling that you are useless, you know? And these kind of drivers, these kind of mindsets, this is a mindset that it's not good for us as a company, and a company that we are working for. This is not good even for them, but at the end of the day, they are losing. We do have drivers that gonna drive, and we do have drivers that gonna put everything on the line, and we do have drivers that they give us everything and told us, guys, just make us money. And we know we're not gonna spoke about.
Because the most of the things that I'm hearing over here with the dispatchers, what I'm hearing them talking with the drivers, what I heard the most, it's they're saying that, hey, I didn't make this week money because, how to say, I was stuck over there, and then this guy make that much, and I make only this one. Like, what's the problem? The problem is really simple. That guy over there make a sacrifice. So I know it's really hard to take load from Florida, going to Tennessee or Kentucky. First come, first serve delivery next day. You make it like 1, 2 p.m.
Yep.
And you need to take it for like $1.2, 1.3, and it's really hard.
Yeah, and
But
heavy
that
load
sacrifice-
also.
But
Yes.
that sacrifice,
Yes.
that's gonna bring you next day to Kentucky or Tennessee. You will make a money with that load. Because
yeah.
you will take a load from there, and then in 4 days or 3 days, depends which load will be. In 4 days, you will have over, I don't know, like over 5K. And the other guy who will want to just go with good RPM from Florida, example, he will make in 4 days maybe 2,500. Yes, he will say, yeah, but you know what? I'm not driving for free. No one said that you will drive for free. But the thing that you make a 25 and this guy make a 4,000 or 5, that's a difference. That's the difference. So sometimes one small sacrifice saves the entire week to the drivers.
By saying this one, I really do. The first thing that coming into my mind is, we do have a drivers with that kind of mindset that are gonna say, you're calling him, you're offering him a good reload, good paying load, sorry, and the first question is, what we gonna do from out there? From out there, you are just giving him the closest example of what you can expect from there. And let's take an example, Indiana, Florida, Tennessee, and you're telling him for $3.8 or $4 a mile, we're gonna go down there. From $1.2 a mile, we're gonna go, if we have a lock for next day delivery, first come, first serve, we're gonna end up in Tennessee and Kentucky. And the most frustrated thing that I'm gonna heard from him in the past, I'm not saying right now, I'm not gonna drive your load for free. That's not my load, brother. And you're not running for free. You're running for you. And I'm offering you a good load going down there, and I'm offering you a picture and giving you a picture, closest picture to what to expect. When we're gonna give them, let's say, reload, another story. $4 a mile going to Indiana, or from Indiana to Florida, and $2.1 going to Midwest 2-day transit, let's say for Michigan. He gonna say to you, you know what? That's okay, but you need to know that, how to say, I need to plan my time. I cannot drive Indiana, Florida to Indiana, let's say, or Michigan for 4 days. I need more time, and I need like 5 days to make that run. You know, so every time you're gonna have drivers that have a different mindset that the driver. You know what? Most of the biggest problem here is most of the drivers thinks that you can be it's a really easy job to be a dispatcher, but that's not the truth. As I know that being a driver is the most difficult thing, but
Yeah, I will just add one thing. When I'm getting to that stupid excuse, like, hey, I need more time, I'm happy. That means that I have the numbers, I have the winning number for them, winning number from the company, I have everything. That's, in my opinion, that's the winning. So when you have that situation where the driver is only complaining about the time, he need time for the washing clothes, that means that you have the perfect load. Only thing, now let's see how we're gonna execute. So the problem, till if you get to that position, you're already on win-win. Okay, so that's something that really wanted a short talk to make about that segment. And now I want also to what I'm start to hearing a lot of time from the broker and really start to frustrate me. It's I can't say that everyone, but I can say that a lot of brokers are liars. Like,
let's do not call them liars, providing wrong information
all the time.
Yeah. And to be
They're
honest with
providing
you,
all the time.
yeah.
So give me like some 3 hot sentence that you heard all the time that you know that he's lying.
The load is ready, and the load is not ready.
Especially when chicken.
Yeah, the load is
When it's the chicken.
Yes,
They already have it.
I do have
drivers.
I do have brokers. I do have brokers that are selling me Washington Courthouse, Ohio, Walmart as a first come first serve. I'm saying to him, brother, it's a Walmart, and it needs to have a strict appointment. No, Bobby, it's first come first serve. I do have brokers selling me West Jefferson, Ohio. The target is first come first serve. Major in Michigan selling me is a first come first serve. You know,
And what to say? It's a hot load.
it's a hot load.
They
They
are-
expect
they-
that
they just wait
the
for
load
you.
is ready. First lie. The load waits. I need to wrote on the rate confirmation 42.5. It's not gonna be that heavy, Bobby. It's gonna be like below 40,000 pounds.
It's always 44.
44,
And
43,
it's always
43.5.
finishing with the sentence, but you know, I told you. I told you.
Yeah, on the rate confirmation it says.
It says, yeah.
Yes.
It's always the.
So to be honest with you, and also the most famous one, I will call you right away.
We will
Why?
die. We will die before that call arrives.
We're gonna be in retirement. The first guy gonna call me back. He said the first guy, like 9 years ago, he's still calling me back, but he cannot reach me. You know,
Yeah.
this is the
The problem is I don't understand. What I understand. I mean, someone is telling them, "Hey, you need to sell
Hey.
this one." Okay, but see the carrier. See the carrier. You check my MC. You have like right now tons of things. where
information.
You
Yeah,
you
can.
have highway. You have the 411, you have RMS. I don't know. You have TOEFL.
We are exposed.
TOEFL.
Every single information for
So
us
you
is
see that I'm
exposed.
a carrier who have a great safety score. I'm a carrier who is having a good amount of trucks. I'm a carrier who doesn't have any freight guards. I'm a carrier who really, how to say, doesn't have some bad experience with some broker who let me review bad one. Why you're lying to me? And you're expecting me, as a carrier who almost doesn't have nothing, to believe you and to give you my trucks, to give you everything correct, but you are okay with lying to me.
Neil,
why?
understand them. I understand them. In some point, if they're gonna be more open and more honest with us, in this trucking and in this business, everything can happen. We can book the load, we can load the load, we can start running,
Yeah.
and we can be on time for the delivery, and something can happen to our truck. In this business, everything can happen, but we need the honesty.
Yes.
We need the truth, and we need the communication. As we are saying in these past three episodes, the communication and the honest communication is the key
Always
of the
you're saying
success.
the same. Yeah.
And to be honest with you, everything can happen. And probably, I do believe him when he told me, but Bobby customer said that the load gonna be ready. Yes, the customer said to you, but don't be mad. Don't send me emails that my driver or my dispatcher called the shipper, provide the pickup number, spoke with the lady or with the guy in the shipping, and being told that the load not gonna be ready until 4 p.m. And right now it's 9 a.m. And you are selling me the load that it's ready now.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me. Just tell me, Bobby, I got light, and it is what it is. And because of that, you know, and I know, and
need
we
to pay
both
for
know, yeah, but
Some
we
of
both
them
know,
need to pay.
and
I
you
don't
know, like two weeks ago, when I have experience with the guy in Minnesota, I told him, brother, from the beginning, let's be clear. I'm a dispatcher that I'm gonna listen to you everything, but don't lie to me. The load is ready? Yes, it is. Is the load delivering next day? We do have 700 miles. We do have team on the no, it was 800 and something. We do have a team on the load, and my team was empty and ready from in the morning, from 2 or 3 a.m. I told him I can show up at your place for pickup as you're requesting at 7 a.m. But just be straight and honest with me. Is the load delivering next day? Because I'm gonna make it without any problems.
Yeah.
And in the end, it was everything okay, but I aware him and I told him, if you're telling me the truth, I don't have any problems. I believe you everything that you're gonna say. Bobby, don't check in by 7 a.m. I was empty and I can check in earlier than 7 a.m. He told me specifically, do not attempt to try to check in before 7 a.m. And I was like, okay, is there something specific about that I need to know why I'm not checking in before 7 a.m.? Is the rule with your customer like that? Is the product being worked on? Do we wait another truck to come in to cross dock the load? What's going on? Just tell me honestly, because at 7:15 a.m. if I'm not checked in and I don't have a door, I'm just gonna pull out my truck from the shipper and I'm gonna look for another options.
That's something, how to say, a battle that will never end.
Oof.
It's something that they have that need to convince you in something that even they know that it's not true.
That yes.
But what's scaring me most, it's there are brokers right now who are believing in those lies. They believe in what they lie. That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's go another topic that I want to discuss. It's this short question that I have in my mind, and I want we discuss them loudly. What do you think? Why company fails from dispatch perspective? No, from the driver, from dispatch perspective. What you see from inside? Why some company failed?
Okay. You mentioned earlier when we have discussion. There is a company with 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks that they're gonna sit and they're gonna wait for the one good paid load on the board, and they're gonna be they're gonna be so proud of it. They're gonna be like telling to everybody. Even in the between, like before, I wanted to mention, but my thought went off. There are so many drivers and there are so many owners that they are lying between each others, and even if they are best friends, you know. And I'm sick of that kind of persons and this kind of people. And to be honest with you, this is something that I just go not in the direction that the
Okay.
question that you asked me. But what was the story? I wanted to mention that one because the story that they are selling to each others are lies. They can fail. The company can fail because of that bad planning, bad routing, not focusing to make some contacts and build trust and volume that they can depend on later on. Relying on only load boards. I have so many friends, dispatchers that are working for small companies that when like you and me are in discussion with other dispatchers all the times, and when I ask them, you can take how to say, you can see the volume of CH Robinson loads right now. It's really bigger, and you can get some really good loads. And they're saying like, we are not using CH Robinson, we are not using RXO Coyote, we are not using RBest, you know. And they are only depends on that one or truck stop load boards. That how to say. And those guys that are working for the company and those guys that are owners have, to be honest with you, unrealistic expectations. And to be honest with you, with those unrealistic expectations, I think that maybe they can last for 1 year, 2 year, and after that, it's gonna came the thing
The problem is, in my opinion, what I will just add over here is that those guys are, how to say, they think that they heard the story where usually a lot of guys saying the bad fuel management, bad
Yep.
routing, and all the stuff, and
Yep,
they're
yep,
thinking-
yep,
but they
yep.
didn't understand it. They only heard. Yes, you will make a huge difference on a fuel, but if you make a lot of miles, you will not make any money, and you will not make any, I will say, like value by driving 300 miles instead of 600. Yes, you will maybe save $50 on fuel today, but you need to pay on a monthly base insurance. You need to pay the payment for the truck. You need to pay a lot of things. Drivers, if you have driver, or if you are driving, okay. So a lot of things you need to pay. You need to pay the bills. You need to pay the IFTA for the end of the week, end of the month. You need to pay. I mean, as I mentioned, like there is a tax that you need to pay. A lot of things you need to pay. And at the end of the year, when you need to make all of those payments, you will figure it out that no matter that you make more money on some loads, you need to run harder so you can make more money. So why the companies fail from the dispatch perspective, I will say that they don't have one kind of data where they can see clearly how much they need to
Yep.
make in a yearly just to company to operate. They don't understand, a lot of companies, the difference between the cost of operation and the difference of making money.
Yes.
So you don't make money if you have on your account, I mean, like 10,000, 20. You can have like 20K, but you need to spend 18. So actually you only make 2,000.
2000.
So that's something that a lot of companies don't understand, and that's why they fail. That's why I hear all the time story. Hey, I'm driving good loads, but I'm not making money. And another guy is coming, telling me example, he's driving 2.3, but he's buying trucks, making money. Why? Because you need to know what's the break-even point for you,
Yep.
and how much you can make over that.
Of course.
So that's a short one. Let's discuss about like how to make this segment like the perfect week and disaster week. What can make a perfect week? What can make in disaster week? But let's just.
For me, perfect week. You have really good loads with
How much loads per week for a perfect week? 4 loads? Or
4, 5 loads. 5
I would
loads.
say 5 is the win.
Yes.
4 loads is
Load that head. Good stable RPM. Contacts that we have. Strong reloads. Planning. Clean routing. You said before. For me, that's a perfect week.
yeah, correct. That's something which every dispatcher wish that's happening.
Yep.
That you mentioned, but when you see the other side, the disaster one, it doesn't usually start with not booking the correct load. It's starting with cancellation.
Cancellation, correct.
It's starting with delays.
Yep.
It's starting with the delays are coming, then the too many miles for driving.
Yep.
Something that's supposed to be easy run, easy becoming hard run.
A little bit more
because of
dead head.
because
Yes.
of the delays. Sometimes you fail with the cancellation, late canceled. You fail on picking that load.
Yep.
You know you have tomorrow dedicated lane that you must pick
Yes.
it up. That guy is going dead heading, so that means he's losing again money over here. So I will say that's not huge difference from a good one.
Good
and
one.
disaster one.
Yes, and to be honest with you, personally, us, we're strongly also planning and giving ourselves the best, so we can start Monday on a good note. And to be honest with you, Monday with the one decision, it can go either directions.
Yeah,
It
correct.
can go
Decide the whole week.
Yeah, it can decide the whole week. Sometimes if you're starting Tuesday also, you can make a good decision. You can finish the week at Monday with a good planning. You can make the money, you can make the gross, you can make the miles, but at the end of the day, that one decision can send you both directions for me, personally.
That's it. I think that we are pretty much done. So November was strong. December looks even better from how the things are starting right now.
Yeah, and we also want to have a big shout out to all our drivers that are on the road and that they're giving their best, and they have pushed this month.
So guys, make sure you subscribe, you follow us, LoadTide.
And this was the episode 4, guys. Neil and me, and see you next time.
See you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.